Hey, just wanted to make my little vlog today. I'm kind of in the middle of a process right now. I'm building my own custom computer, so I've got a couple of things that I've added to this board here, and I'm just installing Kali Linux on it right now. And so this goes back to the video I made before about how you can get into things without having to go through a formal training program, because right now there's like tons of classes for ethical hacking and all this stuff, but honestly I went to a hackathon and I met 2 or 3 people who gave me enough information to find out where to go and look up resources. And so just by meeting them and finding out what they used to learn and what they used to work with to train themselves, I was able to find resources to train myself. So I think today's vlog is definitely going to focus on working with people in a way that's going to help you learn on your own. I think I always kind of struggled with just getting lessons from people, because I'd be like, okay, well now explain to me these exact precise steps in like this part of the process. Like explain to me how do you type these things in on the keyboard. And sometimes that's pointless. Sometimes that's really just pointless, and all you're doing is you're cheating yourself out of an opportunity to learn. So a lot of people are like, I don't want to mess up, I don't want to look stupid, I don't want to screw this up, but there's really nothing wrong with it. Like if you're gonna mess up a couple times, that's better that you do it than messing up in front of a bunch of people, or messing up something that is gonna be really expensive, or messing up at a job that's gonna cost your company money. It's better if you just go take the initiative and you do it on your own. So I've always kind of promoted this idea that you can learn through failure, and I don't think it's anything new. There's about 1 billion people saying it, so if that many people are just saying it, then there's something to it. There really is. And so for me, this is a perfect example. I didn't really even know how to use Kali Linux. I had a lot of difficulty installing it on my computer, and this morning I was able to add it to a Raspberry Pi, so I can take it with me when I go to the next hackathon. I'll be able to just pull out my Pi and SSH into it and then use that, rather than having to do a live version of it on my computer, which I can't save any information on. And I'm also building this giant box that's going to run Kali Linux, so I can try with different peripherals, other tools that are available in that operating system. But that comes from just getting started and saying, okay, I don't know how to do this, and I failed so much. I failed so much just trying to get that stuff started, but talked to some people, and I went to a conference and it worked out, and now I'm here and I'm doing it, and it's not a big deal. So I just hope that's an example for someone to say, okay, I didn't know how to do this, but I'm figuring it out by failing through it. And there's so many things you can apply that to. It's really good for coding, I think. I think that for me, I just had to fail my way through coding. Like I print out Hello World about 1 billion times whenever I'm starting a new application, and it's not really because I want to get the satisfaction of seeing the words move to the screen. It's like a checkpoint, like, okay, I made it this far. I know, I understand the system up to this point. And I think that's the key, is you fail up until a certain point, because that's like the gap. You're identifying gaps when you fail. So if you work through something until it stops, you've identified the gap. And so that's why I print out Hello World about 1 billion times, because each gap is a step in my learning of, okay, well, now how do I get this authentication thing pulled down? Okay, well, now how do I get this database record to save? Okay, I'm printing out these things, and it's worked in so many different things. It's worked in math, it's worked in physics, it's worked in programming. I think, I don't know, I don't know, I think it does work in life science, or, well, it definitely works in life sciences. It's a little bit more risky, right? Like, I don't know, but if you're interested in the stuff that I'm doing, then it works for that. So yeah, that's my piece of practical advice today. Use failure to identify gaps in whatever you're trying to do, and don't think of it as a setback. Think of it as just like kind of a plateau where you need to figure something out, and then you can go on to the next hill. All right, I hope you enjoyed watching, and thank you for watching.